bi-weekly. That happens. It starts at 9 p.m. Usually runs until 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And it's an hour away from most of DFW, so if it runs until 1, you still don't get home until 2.
Yeah.
JF on the left, LK on the right. LK looks like he's sponsored. I don't know if he has some kind of crew. But
yeah, LK has a lot of symbols on him, lots of lettering.
I would sponsor him if he wasn't, because he's legit.
I think he's FX, actually. Yeah, he's FX.
He doesn't have FX.
Oh, well, he was before. We're seeing some re-grabbing.
UL, I'm not aware of that sponsor either. Uplift is
Uplift,
what
JF.
actually psychically was the message went into my brain.
And this is one of those lots of spacing, not as much comboing matchups.
I really like Sheik here on FD versus Peach. I feel like you can just put out all of the things you want to put out, and Peach just keeps getting popped up.
Yeah. One thing, though, is Sheik's recovery is very limited on Final Destination against Peach. It's easier to cover her options because she doesn't have the platforms to kind of mind game onto.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Peach edgeguard's pretty hard if they're executing it correctly.
Yeah. Good fair. LK being kind of patient with his fairs, I think. Or, I mean, JF being patient with his fairs.
They're both patient with their fairs. Oh, bomb incoming. JF is, I believe, considered top 10 in the state here.
Yeah, I think so.
LK is definitely top 25. I don't know where he stands. He could be top 10. Maybe not in the state. He's probably top 10 in DFW.
Yeah, I think he was in the top 10 last time we did power rankings.
It's hard to know. We have such a separation between South Texas and DFW, which is part of North Texas.
And LK did tell me that he's actually taken a tournament set off of JF before. So this is something that I think JF is definitely favored, but it's very likely, or very possible that LK gets an upset here. So
it is very likely that LK gets upset here also.
Yes, definitely. Definitely possible.
Now, LK has pulled a good number of turnips. I feel like turnips are what you pull when you've already admitted defeat, because you just know that if they get to you, they're going to kill you. And at that point, they're pretty much going to get to you. I feel like if a Peach is confident enough to win, they're probably going to not just run away and pull turnips.
Yeah. I do think turnips kind of help her with the neutral game a little bit, but I agree with what you were saying about it's if they get close to you, you really don't have any options. You have to Z-drop really, really quickly and then go immediately into a float cancel aerial, which is hard stuff.
LK is doing really well here, keeping it even, doing way better than I could, and I'm really impressed for this. I hope he has a good placing at this tournament.
Yeah. And I think, actually, I was watching a Wubs versus Miho, and on stream was Malf versus Hamlin. So this is a matchup that we're seeing a lot, and I think there's definitely strengths on both sides, and it's really hard to. I can't decide who has the favor. I feel like I guess it's kind of map based.
For which matchup?
For this matchup.
Well, I'm just going to always give it to JF just due to the fact that the matchup, I think, is considered pretty even at mid to high levels, and JF's already considered a higher level player. And this match will actually determine first and second seed for the pool. So if it's close, then maybe LK might have a chance at getting first seed in this pool.
I'm actually not sure what exactly happened there. It looked like LK caught the last bit of JF's up B with that turnip.
It's really incredible how even it is.
JF doing a really good job of spacing his spacing out his fairs and his nairs. Obviously, the bear is almost always going to outrange Peach, but it's easy to get caught with the move when you nair or fair. So.
And LK is a little behind. LK would die to something like any Sheik pop-up move, like forward tilt, down tilt into a fair would be bad, or a down throw, which, ooh, wow, that was a stitch that was deftly dodged. I think down throw is the scariest thing for LK right now.
Yeah, definitely. And JF is actually getting up there as well. Not quite kill percent, but that was really poor DI, but LK survived that.
Ooh, Peach is tanking, but doesn't quite make it. That was match one.
So he was a little low for him to have too many options. He couldn't mix up his recovery too much, and part of that was kind of bad DI. It looked like he was DIing down for some reason. So as Peach, you generally want to be as high above them as you can because it lets you drift back and forth and it gives you more.
It does give you options. Versus some characters, it's scary no matter where you are.
Yeah.
But the height does give you the most options for recovering.
Yeah.
Similar to every character.
Yeah, yeah.
The higher you are when you're trying to recover.
This is also, they both have to be careful not to get too far above each other because both characters kind of have really bad ways or bad coverage below them when they're in the air. So
I definitely agree there.
There's a weird height where you might want to be a little bit above them when you're recovering, but if you're right at that height where they get to up air you and you have no response, that's really bad for you as both sides.
They need their double jump. They need to have that.
Yeah. Definitely don't want to be wasting it. And LK kind of dies for going for that turnip. He put himself in an awkward situation and there wasn't really much you could do.
So we'll say in this case, we're going to assume that JF as Sheik banned Dreamland versus Peach. I'm wondering why FD. It is good to take away platforms from Sheik, but I'm wondering if there might not have been a better option as Peach. And that's the third stitch this set. Incredible pulling skills. As we all know, the turnips are not RNG. They're based on your skill at this video game.
And he does have quite a few throws left on the stitch. Ooh, I think he might have one more. Oh,
and that was the most skill-based turnip attack I've ever seen.
That was the best use of a stitch you could get. He gets a clean stock off of it.
A clean stock, just like a clean and lifting. A power clean turbo overhead lift.
Indeed.
Which is where you take the weight and you spin around like Link with it in the gym until you get kicked out.
But yeah, I am interested by this counter pick. It might just be LK wanting to prove to himself and to maybe anyone that might be watching that this is something that he can win just based off pure skill.
Pure skill to Hedgehog. I like Yoshi's versus Sheik. And I don't think Sheik has any of those super silly low percent things like the way Fox can just up throw you on Yoshi's and
Disaster is having a little side conversation about his pools.
Yeah, a player rudely told me that if I don't come beat him really quickly in pools, he's going to tell my dad. All right,
and we're actually seeing JF, despite losing kind of like a stock and a half to a stitch, is quite ahead right now.
He's only ahead by a kill move, but it's coming. That was incredibly sick. One of the coolest edge guards ever.
That was it's hard to grab ledge that quickly with Peach. She's so slow and floaty in the air.
You have to be LK level good.
Yeah. But LK definitely trying to send a message right now. Interesting clanks on the side of the down smash that he passed. He kind of dash attacks all the way through Peach and then clanks with the other side.
I feel like what I'm seeing more during this set, more of than anything else, is a lot of trades that are just barely favoring JF. And so that's why they're just last stock both matches, like high percent. It's just because they keep trading, so there's nothing like, nothing really clutch. They're not really going for gimps. They're just trading blows.
Right. And I think JF is having a little bit of an easier time controlling the stage. And part of that is just playing Sheik. Definitely has better stage control moves than Peach does. But we saw JF kind of pushing LK slowly towards that ledge and then getting like that grab or just getting a forward air. And then LK would be off stage. And so I think JF just really played that match very smart.
I want to note that that was either LK versus ULJF or FX LK versus ULJF, which is really the future of gamer tag.